Hi, I'm Aryan.
And I'm Imran.
Welcome to Aryan't You Nerdy. We are talking about a lot.
Only your name goes inside for the show.
You want to make it
Acha,
Aryan't You
acha,
Nerdy with Imran? It's a fun.
Okay, fine. You
Took
can.
me all of 7 business days to come up with.
Worth it.
Thank
You
you.
can see where the effort went.
Thank you. Not yours. We are talking about everything that makes us nerdy. So let me dive right in actually. Imran, what makes you nerdy?
I guess I have grown up loving comic books
Mm-hmm.
from before it was cool.
That's a very important distinction.
It is an important distinction
Very
because in the 90s,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, when I was a teenager,
Mm.
liking comics was considered extremely uncool. It's only in the recent like 10, 15 years
Yep.
that comic books and comic book culture has become
So much.
cool. Earlier on, it was extremely uncool. So yeah, I liked it since it was uncool.
Say it louder for the people in the back, okay? So many people have jumped on our bandwagons. We did it when we were bullied for it.
Yeah, it was seriously uncool in the 90s, man. 97, 98, when I was like a 14, 15-year-old comic book collector, it was not considered
A cool
a cool
person activity.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also had these weird gendered layers also then. You're a boy, you're supposed to be into cricket and WWF.
Sports, masculine things.
Yeah, and the
I
comic
don't
books. that
understand
was-
what part of comic book is not masculine, right? So many of them are just reaping with, okay, this is the ideal of how a man should be. You
Yeah.
think of Superman, Spider-Man. All of these characters kind of represent the pinnacle of, okay, this is the kind of healthy, secure, good kind man you need to be.
The thing is, within comic books at their best, and I'm speaking this is a slightly romanticized take that I have because I've grown up loving them for so long.
Yeah.
At its best, there is also an idealism in comic books. Speaking of characters who aspire to heroism,
Yep.
they feel driven to uplift society, to help their fellow man. There is an inherent romantic ideal in comic books,
Yep.
which I love and I appreciate about it.
Mm.
And I think certain sections of masculinity don't espouse those ideals. The idea of empathy and of caring for others,
Basic kindness.
yeah, somehow seems to not be in sync
Mm.
with a more, shall we say, restrictive form of masculinity.
Yep.
Restrictive because it restricts the male experience. It says no, men cannot have sentimentality or empathy.
They cannot wear their underpants on the outside. Which, hey, I'm a very secure man and I support this kind of masculinity, but yeah, maybe Superman's the only one that can pull it off.
Yeah, underwear on the
Cyclops
outside.
to some extent.
Yeah, underwear on the outside is a difficult move. It's a very difficult one to pull off.
It is. But hey, David Collins did an incredible job at it.
Yeah, he pulled it off well.
Yeah.
They adapted it to boxer briefs instead of
They did not go all the way.
yeah,
to
it's
the
not
race.
full beats. At least it was boxer
Exactly.
brief. Yeah.
Yep. But
Advice for the modern man.
switch when you can. Switch when you must, rather. You making so? Everything's in order.
Just checking where it is. It's on the inside.
Are we completely sure about that?
Yeah.
We can't see underneath the table, so I'm just saying he's propagating lies out
You
here.
have to take my word for it. Spider-Man got away with it pretty well. He just did the belt with no underwear.
That's the thing. I think they kind of find the perfect marriage in between, like the classic Rattler-looking costume
Yeah.
versus a costume that works for just about any character. But Spider-Man not only pulls it off in a very classic, iconic way, I feel like he's also a fashion icon in some ways.
They do. I do like how they play with that in different spider iterations.
Yeah.
Particularly in recent years, that they started to really open up the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The way they play with the spider get-up,
100%.
I love it.
there's so much like character to each version of it
Yeah.
now, right? And I think I love the fact that there's a cultural element tied to it as well.
Yeah.
As opposed to there just being, okay, it's three white people with different looking costumes.
And
now
with golden age costumes.
Yeah.
Not only that, they updated. The idea was always Spider-Man was meant to be a young guy. He's a teenager going into young adulthood.
Correct.
And I like how they reflect that in the costume choices.
100%. Yeah.
It feels like a young guy's costume. He's trying to make it
This is what a kid would pull together.
Yeah.
Just to fit the bill.
Yeah. So it feels authentic.
Yeah.
It's the way with each Batman iteration, they want to reinvent how Bruce might design a batsuit.
Yeah.
Like, here's our take on how the batsuit came to be. I like that they put that into the spider suit.
There's a lot of individualized character, I feel, in the way that Toby was classic but still trying to put his own spin on it. Andrew was a complete reinvention in a lot of ways with the first one.
Yeah.
And then the second one goes back to classic food.
But also the Toby or the Raimi Spider-Man, that was as far as jump in and correct me in the comments if you have a differing opinion. That was the first time that we had a director really committing to a comic accurate costume.
100%. Yeah.
Because up until that point, the takes on Batman, well, with the exception of Chris Reeves' Superman, Reeves,
Our Lord and Savior.
like all-time Superman.
Absolutely. Find superheroism, not just Superman or DC. It wasn't tied down to those specific properties. As a whole, the superhero, this is what the superhero looks like.
That's what it looks, and that is the soul and spirit of them.
Yeah.
Right? He was amazing. He's
Incredible.
And to date, again, come at me in the comments if you like. But his physical embodiment of Clark Kent and Superman,
Beautifully done.
no other actor has touched that. We've had actors do a really good Superman or good Clark Kent, and he does it amazingly. It's I can't remember if it's the first or second of his Superman films. There is this bit where as Clark Kent, he is going to confess to Lois Lane.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's not in the room, and while talking, he takes his glasses off, and his body changes.
Physically, I mean, that is
And his voice changes, everything changes. And then he changes his mind and he retreats back into Clark Kent. And
he shrinks back into that oversized.
Yeah.
The suit becomes oversized.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It's magical. Without the costume, without anything, his body becomes Superman and becomes Clark Kent. So
in and out of that cocoon.
Yeah, he really breathed life into the idea that this is two different people, two different personas. So for me, Chris Reeves' take is
100%.
Is the goal.
100% agreed.
But this was a tangent. What I was talking about is Raimi's take on the spider suit.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful.
The kind of detail and kind of effort that went into making that a physical thing.
That's kind of like primarily it, right? It felt like a tangible thing that could be out there in the world. I think the webbing added so much character to it being a real costume as opposed to just being like, oh, it's a store-bought spandex thing that you just put on.
That actual webbing material.
It's just a CG, like, flailing body in the skies.
Yeah.
It added so much, like, tangibility to the fact that, oh, this is a person that sat down and sewed their costume together.
So there, if I'm honest, the suspension of disbelief I had difficulty with.
It's this kid who built that.
He's a kid and he's broke.
Yep.
He's dead broke. Like, where did he get the materials from? How did he make those lenses?
Fine materials, like really fine materials.
Those lenses, how has he made those lenses?
You ask cosplayers now, they'll tell you how much this costs, and that kid was not affording that.
Yeah, so there is a little suspension of disbelief in that. The suit is amazing.
Beautiful.
It's too good for a high school kid to have made at home. With a broke kid.
Something he matured into by the third movie.
Yeah.
Maybe it made sense because, okay, he's an adult with a salary, right?
Yeah. But,
The human spider was 100% like, okay, this is exactly what the kid
that's what he would make. Yeah.
This spray painted.
Spray painted and drawn. That was exactly
such an iconic look, that too, by the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But I think just slightly, I feel like Tom edges out this human spider. The human spider is iconic, tied down to a lot of nostalgia. But the Tom look is, I actually put it together. I was Tom's like Spider-Man's age, Peter Parker's age when Homecoming came out.
Yeah.
I put it all together. I was like, okay, yeah. If I was Spider-Man, this is what I would.
This is how I put.
It cost me like 1,200 rupees to put together.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Yeah. I did like that take on it.
Everything. And the fact that the final battle has him in that suit.
Yeah.
That shows him earning his stripes.
Yeah, he
him
earns his
pushing
suit.
out of that rubble.
Yeah.
Let's go, Spider-Man. We can do the Spider-Man. He's like,
Yeah.
that's when he becomes
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And then, okay, that's a whole different tangent because they do a lot of back and forth with Tom's Spider-Man.
Yeah. They did go back and forth a fair bit. And honestly, by the time they got to the second film, because they started CGing the whole suit, Marvel's
There is no
floating heads era was a major letdown.
100% agree.
Because part of the joy of a comic book movie is seeing the suit for real in real life. Like they actually, it's a real suit.
Wow.
It's the real Batman suit.
Yep.
It's the real Spider-Man suit. And when it's CG, it
Takes away from that magic.
Yeah, it's not as
It's
much fun.
like not just the movie magic, but the magic of suspending your disbelief.
Yeah.
And all these characters are real.
yeah,
Doesn't look real to me. How am I
Yeah.
supposed to convince myself that it's real if I can't like
yeah.
feel like that's the person wearing the suit?
The effort and detail that goes into making those super suits.
Yeah.
I love all of the background, all of the process, the makers.
Yeah.
If you follow it a little bit, there's this guy called Jose Fernandez.
Okay.
He has an outfit called Ironhead Studios.
Heard of it.
They have been doing super suits forever. Jose is actually the guy who sculpted the original Catwoman mask.
Oh,
Michelle
yeah.
Pfeiffer. He worked on the original Keaton Batsuit. And every generation since then, he built Ben Affleck's Batsuit for BBS.
Yep. The latex parts.
Yeah.
Right? All of that.
The entire suit.
The entire suit. Yeah.
He built the X-Men suits for Singer's X-Men
Yep.
movies.
Yep.
So
Leather.
the leather suits at that point.
What did you expect?
So he's been through generations of making super suits. And there are a few other long-time super suit makers who put so much craft and so much technological development into making them.
Yep.
It's a joy to watch. It's a beautiful, beautiful art.
That is the process that you kind of expect out of these movies.
That's what you
And
want.
then if you just watch behind the scenes and it's just a CG model flailing around, I think that takes away from my enjoyment to some
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah,
And-
I'm here to see the suits.
Exactly, right? And you have to feel everything. I feel like there's a lot of feeling that gets taken away every time the entire scene is CG. Then you're
Yeah.
just watching an animated film.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I feel like Toby did a really good job. The Rainy series did a lovely job of blending when he's real and when he's not.
Yeah.
I was just watching a CGI breakdown the other day. So apparently in the first film, wherein the CGI wasn't all that
The
progressed,
technology
right?
hadn't reached there. Yeah.
Exactly. What they did was to get a very real feel of the swinging scenes. They built a drone,
The
a
spider
camera.
cam.
They built a rig
Yeah.
that they took through the city
Yeah.
as if he was actually swinging.
Yeah, so the shots are real.
CGI
Yeah.
Spider-Man in. The model is CGI.
The model is
But
CG,
the
but the
theme-
environment is, the actual movement of the cameras.
So tangible. If you watch the
Yeah.
scene now, and like, okay, and because of the motion blur, you're not even questioning Spider-Man that much because everything around him is right
actually
there.
there.
It's a physical environment.
Yeah.
And that has so much character to the scene.
Yeah. It makes it all land so perfectly. So
Yep.
even if the movement is less fantastic than what you get now,
Yeah.
it's grounded, so you latch into it.
Correct. And it feels like, okay, he's not. Another good thing about it was a CGI limitation for sure. But the good thing is that it adds to the fact that, okay, this is not an experienced Spider-Man yet.
Yeah.
He doesn't know all those flippies and
Yeah,
tricks
doesn't have
and all those like trick shots. He doesn't know that. He's just swinging from point to point
Yeah.
and hoping he lands. His beautiful thing was when the first time he swings, he just like plants, just
Snaps
hit
into
it
the wall.
That is the kind of like tangible stuff that you want to see.
And
Right?
that's a practical stunt.
It is.
It's obviously they pad the wall and all of
but
this.
it's like
But you shoot it with a stunt
smacked
man,
against the wall.
into a wall. Even the
He even says like Shazam.
Yeah.
You're doing that.
so that also is one of the early examples of kind of intertextuality
Yeah.
within the film making winks.
Yeah. Easter eggs and
Easter
other
eggs.
films.
Wow, when Jonah Jameson and I forget the guy, it's Sam Raimi's brother Ted Raimi who
Oh,
plays his
He's
assistant.
assistant.
Thinking of names for Doc Ock. He's like
Doctor Strange.
and Squid. Doctor Strange. It's good, but it's taken. And this is back then. Now we have cameos and all of
It
this.
makes sense now, but back then,
Back
we had
then,
nothing.
yeah, it was mind blowing. You're like, oh my god.
Unbelievable. Like, you're literally like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, that is so accurate, his meme. That's exactly what the reaction it elicits. Like,
Yeah.
anytime you watch. Even now, if you watch it, you know that at the time it was made, there was no connected
nothing like
universe.
this.
There was nothing.
Yeah,
That's just a nod for a nod's sake.
yeah.
And the fact that it came back around full circle and
And
Sam
he
Raimi
directed
actually
it.
directed Doctor Strange
Yeah.
was like beautiful.
Yeah, man.
We've kind of already dived into the topic as a whole, but and see, I as much as we've spoken, I know what your answer is, but I'd like for them to hear it. Who's your favorite Spider-Man actor and why?
Spider-Man actor.
Okay, think of it this way: it's not just the actor that I'm talking about, but their franchises. So think
Yeah.
of Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and the Home series with
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
What's your favorite series?
The favorite series is Raimi's. Sam Raimi's take on Spider-Man is just
Top notch,
absolute top notch.
pinnacle.
Yeah. So directorially,
Yeah.
not a doubt.
Yep,
That being said, I love Tom Holland's take on the
Yeah.
character.
agreed.
He feels so human, so vulnerable.
Yep.
And it really, there's an earnestness to his Spider-Man. So I love his, as an actor, I love his portrayal of the Spider-Man character.
Yeah.
His films, unfortunately, are not as good as the Raimi film.
Agreed.
So for me, yes, Tom Holland,
Bit of a tie-up then.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
Andrew Garfield, Bichara gets he gets
Smack
left,
that stuck in the middle because I feel like the elements of both
gets a
both
stepchild.
things that you just spoke about as compliments of both of these franchises. There's a bit of both in Andrew.
Yeah,
He could have, very realistically, could have been the best of both worlds.
yeah,
But again, it's the storytelling holding him back to some extent. I feel like if they committed to the vision of the first movie,
yeah,
there was a lot to be seen in the world.
yeah.
I don't know if you played the games, but there were like tie-in games as they did in that era.
Oh, the Andrew Garfield,
Yeah,
no, I
Garfield movies as well.
Yeah.
So the tie-in game for the first Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
expanded on that weird Oscorp lore where
Okay.
they got mutated rhino,
Yeah.
they got a mutated scorpion and
Okay.
things like that. And that felt like, okay, this is the direction that this universe was actually going in
Okay.
until they saw like things go a little sideways and hit the panic button fast.
They hit the panic
And then
very
the
quickly on
second-
that. Yes.
All over the place. There was a good movie to be found in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere. There's incredible bits in there between Gwen Stacy's death. I felt like was very well done.
Yeah. So
It wasn't good.
it wasn't earned. What I think worked really well in those films was actually the love story.
Yes, 100%.
That's
through
the
and through.
strongest part.
Yep.
It's like the love story of Spider-Man.
100%. Yeah.
His chemistry with Emma Stone was great.
Beautiful.
It more than anything, it felt like the love story take on Spider-Man. That was pinnacle there.
Which is ironic because in
Good.
the first movie, he starts off by saying that this is actually a love
It's a love story. And they played with that a lot in those films.
Yeah.
In the Raimi films.
Yeah.
But for me, the love
That's the
story
part that is a bit of a hit and miss on.
never clicked in the same way. Okay.
Hmm.
The Andrew Garfield Emma Stone love story for Spider-Man was
Just
Yeah.
clicked from the get-go. I felt like, okay, this is the kind of connection I want my primary, like my
Yeah.
Peter Parker, this is what he would do in any given situation. Even when things were a little tumultuous in the
Yeah.
movies, he knew the right thing to do to fix things. And of course, Gwen was, this might be controversial, but Gwen was a better, like pairing as well.
Yeah.
At least compared to the original.
At least in the characterization, the
At
way
least
that's
in the
in this film, that is how you feel. You come out with feeling, Arey, should they be together?
Actually, yeah.
Maybe they should.
Like, what if Bryce Dallas Howard when would have worked out? What if she
Yeah.
was just like this in terms of the energy?
Yeah, but it's interesting to kind of treat the characters in that way.
Yeah.
Because that actually raises the question and it makes you consider the depth of the characters. I do like that they did that.
Mhm. That's true. That is true. There's a lot of the back and forth is definitely there when it comes to the dreamy love story with the love triangle and all of that. But it does make it a bit more human as well.
Yeah.
It's not an idealistic. I love that the callback that they had in No Way Home was also that we make things work. It's not like it's all sunshine and rainbows even in the future.
Yeah.
They're not the perfect couple, but they're trying to be. They're regular people.
Yeah.
Regular people that are trying to make things work.
Spider-Man is a very, very imperfect character. He's
Exactly.
a guy who's trying to just hold his shit together.
And one of those things happens to be another person's life
Yeah.
who has their own life, right? So there are times when I feel like Toby was also a little selfish when it came to. I know he's doing it for the greater good and all, right? And I know people are going to come at me in the comments for this one, but MJ also had a life of her own. And there were times when Toby's behavior later came off as if his life matters more than hers.
Yeah.
I understand that he's doing things for the greater good. But at the end of the day, she's also human and has just a personality and a life of her own.
Yeah.
She can't just be play a part in
The MJ, Mary Jane's autonomy in those things was not well
Exactly.
developed. She was much more of an accessory
a
character.
part to play
Yeah.
in Peter's life.
Yeah. She exists as an add-on to Peter Parker.
Yes.
She's not her own.
Exactly. And this
Full
is
person.
what I absolutely adore about the Holland films. Is that MJ is her own person in a lot of different ways. She has her own personality.
Yeah.
She's gotten to develop her own arc. It may not be the traditional MJ that we think of, and that pisses off a lot of people. But for me, it's been lovely to watch her grow as a character in parallel to Peter's journey. Peter's for sure going through his arc. He's a main character. But MJ and even Ned, to a lot of extents, have had their own journeys, and I'm really excited to see where they take that in the next one.
Yeah. I'm actually quite kicked about this new one.
Yep.
More so than I have been about any of the others.
Same.
Then that for me comes down to the director. Because Destin Daniel Cretton, the director, made Shang-Chi.
Yep.
Which, for my money, severely underrated. Severely underrated movie.
One of the best movies to come out of the MCU in quite some time. It's a top 5 movie in like the last 10 years.
Actually, in the last 10 years of the MCU,
Yeah.
Shang-Chi is one that did not get the love it deserved.
100%.
And so many other films kind of clicked,
Yeah.
and I don't get why this didn't.
Hmm.
So, just as an aside, I also happen to be a huge Kung Fu movie buff. You know, like I love that golden age of classic Kung Fu.
100%. Yep.
And it was very apparent watching Shang-Chi that the director is also.
A massive nerd.
Yeah.
Not just like a fan, like a surface level fan. He is a nerd for these things.
Deep
We were
into
talking
it
about
now.
this the other day. They included a cameo in Shang-Chi from one of like the most legendary side characters from these like old
From the
martial
70s,
arts.
80s Kung Fu films, an actor called Yuen Wah, who has played like numerous side villains, side henchmen.
Yep.
One of the bad guys fighting Jackie Chan, one of the bad guys fighting
Bruce
Bruce
Lee.
Lee, one of the bad guys fighting Jet Li. He's always one of the bad guys fighting all of these guys.
Yep.
So if you watch enough of those films,
Yeah.
you recognize him as, "Arey, wo villain hai."
Hey, it's that guy. Leonardo
It's
DiCaprio.
like, wo villain. To have him cameo in Shang-Chi, that is like only a fan of martial arts films would cast him.
Correct.
So the second you saw him, see him, you know the director is a legit fan.
Yep.
And the DNA is there throughout the film.
Yep.
That initial bus fight is straight Jackie Chan.
The scene with, I believe he was called the dead dealer.
Yeah.
That sequence was entirely, everything with the scaffolding and everything was directly
Also-
just straight up Jackie Chan. Like, classic. I believe there's a series called the Police
Police Story.
Story, right?
Yes.
That was straight out of Police Story. Michelle Yeoh as well.
Michelle Yeoh was in Police Story 3.
Yeah. I remember they had that stunt wherein she almost died. That was a whole. And they do their own stunts without a lot of safety. They
Yeah.
did for the longest time.
Police Story 3 has the most bonkers stunts done by Jackie and Michelle.
And Michelle.
Michelle has ridden a dirt bike and jumped a dirt bike onto
Onto a train, a moving train.
Like, and not on cables, mind you. Today we would put the bike on cables and it would be lifted with a crane and placed safely. This lady has gotten on a dirt bike, revved it up a ramp, jumped and
Straight
landed
up a
on
ramp.
a moving train. Like,
Does not get more badass than that.
seriously. So I'm also a huge Michelle Yeoh fan. Like,
Give me vote.
from forever.
100%. Anything she does, any genre, she's so versatile.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So huge fan of Michelle Yeoh. So and she's in Shang-Chi and she comes in to teach him crane style to elevate him.
Yeah.
It's like it's perfect. It's so classical kung fu.
100%.
All of the stuff that is gone into Shang-Chi, that's why I love it so much. And I could tell that the director has passion.
Yep.
He's interested in the thing. He's really interested. He's pouring all of his love and attention into making that film.
Yep.
So he wins your heart. And that's why I'm psyched to see what he does with Spider-Man.
With you on this, like by far. I think in terms of excitement, it's definitely like the director's vision of the movie. Seeing Holland back in again with all of the history that they've built up for him. And then it comes to seeing all of the different characters that we'll get to see Spider-Man play with for the first time in the MCU. There's also, just in the trailer alone, I've seen so many references, as was the case with Shang-Chi. But I saw a very prominent, like, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon reference in the Spider-Man movie as well. And that to me is such like an ultimate, like, meshing of things to geek out about.
Yeah.
And just objectively, it feels like such separate worlds.
Yeah.
But then when they come together, it's like, yeah, why wasn't this done earlier? Like, it seems like such a perfect blend to take three roles larger than life and put them in these sequences or these types of fight scenes that are meant to suspend your disbelief to the highest order. You don't even have to act like they're flying around. He can use his webs to do.
Yeah, the blending of the wuxia genre is kind of the Chinese equivalent of comic book movies. That's their version of it.
Yep.
And it should come as no surprise. I'm also a very big fan of wuxia. I love the genre and the art form of.
Yeah.
It requires suspension of disbelief. It's they call it wire fu.
Yep.
So with that,
Okay,
they're flying.
Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah.
Along the same lines.
Yeah.
Beautiful movies.
Ethan Chow is deconstructing that.
Yeah.
So he has grown up with the genre
And then he breaks it down.
deconstructs it.
It's through his lens of what he saw as a kid
Yeah.
as to how exaggerated. So like Wire Fu's already pretty exaggerated for those like the uninitiated. And then Stephen Chow is the creator of Kung Fu Hustle movies like that. Kung Fu Hustle is very popular. Check it out if you have not. And he just takes it to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Like there's people that are like, there's a man that croaks and his throat bulges out because he's
the
like
frog style,
frog fighting style.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a well-known fact that Peter Parker is miserable. But my question to you is, why do Spider-Man fans want Peter Parker to be so miserable all the time?
Well, my take on it is that when you have a superpowered character who has, abilities and powers and strengths that are greater than a human, somewhere it gets boring. If a character is not vulnerable, if you're not seeing a character overcome an obstacle, it's not interesting.
Yeah.
This is the challenge with Superman. You have a character who's so overpowered.
Just keeps winning and winning and winning.
But where do you create dramatic tension? Like there is a big problem. Superman will solve it without. He'll move so fast that the problem will be gone. You won't even realize.
Every power in the world.
Yeah. So now, how do you create dramatic tension?
Yeah.
By giving him human emotional problems, which we can all relate to.
Yeah.
You see what he's struggling against, and you can understand that he can pick up a car.
Yeah.
But बेचारे का दिल टूट रहा है, let's say. The girl he loves.
Innately human,
Yeah.
right?
You can feel that I can pick up a car, but the girl doesn't. He's going on a date with another guy. He's He's tall, well built, he's rich. She's going out with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that heartbreak, to see Spider-Man battling through that, that's what makes him heroic.
Yep.
And so, in anticipation of our chat, I actually sat and watched Spider-Man 2.
Oh, lovely.
The Raimi Spider-Man
Yeah.
2.
The best Spider-Man
The best
movie.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
movie.
please quote us.
Quote me on that. If you have a differing opinion, don't tell it to me. You're wrong. The Raimi Spider-Man 2 is best. No, not listening to differing opinions.
If you have thoughts about this, keep them to yourself.
I watched this yesterday. And you see the struggle of this guy. He loses his job up front.
Yep.
He really needs the money.
Yep.
He shows up he forgets it's his birthday.
Yep.
And you see this struggle between them. Aunt May is struggling financially.
Yep.
She tries to give him money for a birthday present. And he's like, no, you keep it. And the shame and guilt that
He breaks down.
Yeah,
breaks
just
my heart
keep it.
so much.
I cry every time. Because she's like, just take it, it's nothing. Don't embarrass me.
Yeah. Just keep my honor here by taking the money that I'm giving you. Even
He
when I
takes
have
money, and that's all he has. You see how the things that he's struggling with, you feel for him. This kid can barely he's behind on rent, he's failing in school,
lost his job, failing in school.
These are all human weaknesses. These are things that any one of us can understand the pressure that puts on you.
Connect with on an innately human level. I think it's the humanness of this spider that makes us want to be miserable. Because if you see somebody that you're inherently connecting with, right? The entire point of Spider-Man as a character, or rather Peter Parker, is that it's the most relatable person alive. Everybody faces loss. Everybody has grief. They're grieving something in their own way. They're facing struggles in life. But then when you see this guy and he starts to web everything up and he beats everybody and he's just laughing all the time.
Yeah.
He loses that connection with you. He starts becoming, I want to say Superman because Superman represents the pinnacle of somebody that's untouchable.
Yeah.
And not Clark Kent. Clark Kent also has the same struggles, but Superman. Spider-Man turns into Superman if he's untouchable. But it's that humanness of the Peter Parker side. And that's what I think the final answer is like. That is why people want him to miserable, because that is what makes him Spider-Man.
Yeah, the fact that he's overcoming that.
Yeah. The odds are always stacked against him, as they are against everybody, against me, you, everybody watching. There are always moments in your life, if not the entire life, the moments in your life where the odds are stacked against you. Yeah. And how you get through those is what defines your character as a whole. And that is what Spider-Man does time and time again, which gives you the hope that maybe you can also get to that level of having it all. Balancing these two lives. Everybody needs two lives in some capacity or the other.
Yeah. Your work self and whoever yourself is other than that.
Yep.
Trying to find the balance.
Correct.
That's the thing. That's what makes him so human. I think that's why people love the character.
Yeah. Definitely one of the primary defining traits when it comes to Spider-Man as a character is that there will always be insurmountable odds, but he'll always have a way to inch through. He's not going to breeze on past the finish line. Yeah. He's not going to fly past the finish line, number 1 in the marathon. He'll be number 5 in the marathon. But he made it, and that's what matters. He made it through. He didn't give up halfway. He didn't stop before the finishing line. I can't do anymore. No.
Yeah, he doesn't. He never stops.
It's just that inherent
grit and resilience.
I will keep at it. Grit and resilience is exactly what I was looking for. It's like I will keep at it, no matter what it is. There will always be another day for me to get through. A brand new day. Again, Spider-Man is built on the principle of with great power comes great responsibility. Is there anything in your life that speaks to this, or how do you connect with this? Because, of course, nobody has spider powers.
Yeah.
But the phrase still resonates with people.
Absolutely.
So how does it resonate with you?
I guess for me, I try to actualize that in my own life. When I consider my role as a creative person, as an artist, I have a voice and I have a platform.
Yeah.
And I am in a position where I can make certain creative choices.
Mhm.
When I choose to make a film,
Yeah.
I'm choosing to make this film or I'm not choosing to make that film.
Yeah.
My sense is that with the power that I have, which is I have a voice as an artist
Platform.
and a platform,
Mhm.
I must use those with consideration and responsibility.
Mhm.
Which is to say that if I choose to be part of a film, uh, I think as an artist, I have to consider the entire content of the film.
The implications of what making this looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the idea that I am lending my creative abilities to put together a creative vision and to present it in front of an audience. Does my conscience allow me, and do I feel good about this completed vision?
Mhm.
Can I stand by it and say I am proud to have put my artistic abilities,
Yeah.
whatever they may be,
Yeah.
however great or small they may be, to the best of my abilities? Have I put them into something that I feel proud of, or is it something that I do not feel proud of?
Mhm. Will I look back on this and think that I wish I hadn't?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to me, that is the individual responsibility that I have as a creative person.
Yeah.
I have to be able to defend my creative choice to anyone out there.
Yeah.
To a viewer and to my own people. I'm
100%.
a father.
Yeah.
My daughter one day will grow up and watch a film of mine.
Yeah.
And she may ask me, why did you make this film? How could you make this film?
Yeah.
Or if I'm lucky, maybe she'll watch a film of mine and say, I'm proud you made this film.
Yeah. I'm sure she will.
That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for her to be proud. It's okay if you don't like the film. You think it's bad?
Yeah.
You think it's stupid, it's boring?
That's okay.
Sure.
It's not something
That's
that
valid.
it's an opinion, right? At
It's
the end of
valid.
the day, it's a subjective thing.
Yeah.
But objectively, it has to be like something that you don't look back on with a negative
Yeah.
light.
But even if you don't like it, why did you make it? I liked it. I thought it was good.
Correct.
I cannot look at something and say, "Nahin, bas kaam hai. It's only business."
Yeah. That's
I can't say that.
World is.
I should be able to look at it and say, look, you may not have liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I tried my best. Maybe we fell short. That's also there.
Yeah.
But I liked it and I tried honestly. As long as I can say that,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. That is me owning my creative responsibility.
That's beautiful. Yeah. But taking that accountability is also, I feel, like a pretty big challenge in the industry.
It is not the norm.
Yeah.
It is absolutely not the norm. The norm is for someone to say, well, it's only work. And you see, that may be true for some people.
Yeah.
Taking the movie business, because that's my field in particular,
Yeah.
there is a whole spectrum of people who don't, who may not have the privilege of choosing their work.
That is true. Yeah.
You need work, you need to pay bills.
Yeah.
You're offered a small part in a film, you do the work.
Even if it doesn't agree with you.
Even if it doesn't agree with you, you got to do work. That's valid.
Yeah.
You have people who are, the term for this is above the line.
Okay.
People on whose back a project gets made. You are the star of the film.
Okay.
You are getting paid as much or more than the total budget of the film.
Okay.
आपके बल पर picture बन रही है.
Yeah.
Then you get a say. Then you turn down this one, you get 5 more.
Yeah.
That is where the
It's also a
accountability.
matter of privilege in a sense that if you're in a position to choose
Yeah.
or not. Yeah.
So that is what. There are those who are in a position of privilege where you can choose. Then what do you choose?
Then that is the great power.
That is your power.
when you have that responsibility.
जिनके पास वो power नहीं है, don't hold them
Doesn't
accountable.
apply to them.
But if you are a top star, the film is being made on your back.
You in the movie.
Oftentimes, your personal salary is higher than the budget of the film. You have great power.
Yeah.
You have great responsibility to stand up and say, yes, I made this film.
Yeah.
I approve. I agree with
Everything that's being done here is like something that I agree with as a person.
yeah.
Not just
अरे
as
भाई मैं तो बस पैसे में
artist होना बना दिया.
फिर आप artist नहीं हो.
You can't distinguish between the art and the artist at that point.
At that scale, you cannot.
Yeah.
At that scale, you have to own the
Hold them
responsibility and say, I made the film. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you find it objectionable.
Yeah.
This is my opinion.
Yeah.
वो भी ठीक है.
Hmm.
But don't wash your hands of it and say,
Must have.
the director said, say these words. I don't know what the words are.
Yeah.
The director said, do this thing. नहीं, आप इतने
That's too much.
Yeah.
You're not the type.
You're not the type,
There was a
and you're not
mind
that
that's seen
honest.
this. Fine.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't know any better. As a grown person with their own
And as a
life,
person who has clout as a star.
Yeah.
If you are getting a film made and your name comes first,
Yep.
then you have the power to say. I know that while I was working,
Yeah.
I was a kid. I was 25, 26 years old.
Correct.
And I was working smaller films, but I could still voice my opinion and say, this joke I don't like because you're making fun of, like, this person is overweight and you're making a joke at them. I don't want to say these lines because I feel bad about it.
Doesn't work for me as a person.
And they would change
Put it
that.
down.
I know I have done this in my films. This line feels like you are being sexist, so I don't want to say this. I don't want to crack this joke.
Leaning towards someone.
Yeah. I have refused to say dialogues and lines and crack jokes like that. That bothered me. That's a small thing. Like, okay, write a different joke.
Yeah.
2 minutes ka kaam.
Correct.
If you are an even bigger star than me, there are plenty. If you carry more box office clout than me, there are plenty.
Yep.
फिर आपकी जिम्मेदारी है. Then you say, I can choose anything. I can make the film this way. I can make it that way.
Correct.
You can say, भाई मैं ये jacket नहीं पहनूंगा.
Yeah.
10 jacket आएंगे आपके लिए.
So if that is something you have an opinion on, then this is like the most
Then you have to be able to stand by it. Stand by the take.
responsibility to society to do
That's
better.
That is my take.
Yep.
Up, who gets to decide? You cannot have a governing body.
Yep.
It cannot be a legal
Own
thing.
moral compass
It
policing
has to
it.
be an individual. And even if your opinion is different from mine, that is also fine. But don't shy away from having it. Don't shy away from saying, I didn't say this. You said it. Stand by it.
Don't be apolitical. I feel like that's just the right, like,
Yeah.
don't go that zone of, don't sit on a fence.
Yeah.
Own it. Either
And don't make a thing that says one thing, but then you are not.
then you're spinning it around to,
Yeah.
oh no, it actually meant, don't insult our intelligence like that.
Yes. So now you are making a film which puts forward a strong point of view.
Yeah.
But you're saying, I don't have any point of view. Then how did you make this? Own it.
Yeah, moving on. Is there any Spider-Man memorabilia or a collectible that you've come to cherish over time? Or
I've lost some stuff. Before we started rolling, I was talking about this because this action figure reminded me.
Yep.
In 2004, when Raimi's Spider-Man 2 came out,
Yeah.
again we're back talking about Raimi's Spider-Man 2,
Always.
I had bought this Spider-Man action figure,
Okay.
which at the time was the figure which had the most points of articulation.
Highest articulated figure.
Yeah.
Even to date, it stands up. So
Yeah.
many people were talking.
This figure was about this
Massive.
tall,
Yeah.
and the fingers had individual articulation points.
Every single, like,
Every single finger had
bone
Yeah.
would have
It was like an individual finger.
Individual.
The finger had two
to
joints.
which a lot of people made a lot of liberal use.
Yeah. So you could do all of this
Yep.
with individual. That was amazing, and I kept that for so many years.
Yep.
And I finally lost it
Oh
in
man,
one of the house moves.
that hits way too close to home.
Yeah, I had that. That was great. I also had issue 1 of the original run of Spider-Man India. Pavitra Prabhakar.
My boy Pavitra.
Where-
I'm so glad he's mainstream now.
Yeah.
It used to be the wildest story. Like, as a kid, I would go around in school. You know, there's a Spider-Man India. They would
झूठ
laugh
बोल रहा
at me. They would be
झूठ
like,
बोल रहा है.
भाई आज झूठ बोलने आया ना तो स्कूल
कुछ नहीं है सर.
ऐसा कुछ भी
नहीं,
नहीं
नीरा जैन है. अंकल भीम नहीं. Only Aunt Maya. Aunt Maya said.
wasn't Osborn Overall?
Yeah.
Nalin Oberoi.
Nalin, Naresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all real, I swear.
Yes.
It's true. It's true.
It is not just real to us, it's real to the world. It exists.
I had the comic book. I held it in my hand. I read it. I swear.
We believe.
It's lost now. But But I do have this that I brought in.
Ooh. That's so cool. Tell us about it. Is.
So this was a at some point way back, I can't even remember when, Marvel did this what if series
Yeah.
where they did alternate takes
Hmm.
on their characters. So this is what if Aunt May had died instead of
Ooh.
Uncle Ben. It goes back to the beginning, sets the whole Spider-Man story up, and follows what if
Yeah.
things had played out this way.
Oh.
So you see a lot of moments from the classic canon in a slightly different,
Divert
Yeah.
slightly. Just as a butterfly.
yeah, it's like a butterfly effect kind of
reaction.
universe.
Yeah.
So you see a bunch of these moments from Spider-Man's canon. You see it play out differently, and you see him take a slightly darker tone. Actually,
Yeah.
uh,
Not having like the loving,
not having a mother
touch.
figure,
Yeah.
not having a mother figure, a maternal figure in his life. He goes darker. But eventually,
Yeah.
he circles back around
Okay.
and settles into kind of the Spider-Man who he is,
Classic Spider-Man that we know and love.
with a little bit more trauma and through maybe a few more bumps and scrapes
Yeah.
getting there. So it's an interesting take. If you can find it online, check it out.
Shouldn't be able to, but look it up. Lovely story.
Surely someone has a digital torrent upload somewhere.
So Marvel actually has this app called Marvel Unlimited.
Okay.
If you're a subscriber, you get every comic they've ever made digitally. Every comic they've ever made. Free Marvel Unlimited plug. But this is actually a lovely segue to this semi-recent comic series that I wanted to talk about. I think I mentioned it the other day. So it's called Ultimate Spider-Man. And they actually did an Ultimate Spider-Man in the early 2000s as well, wherein this is a new universe. The entire point of the Ultimate Universe is it's a parallel Earth to ours, where things are slightly, ever so slightly different. So the original Ultimate Universe was actually the birthplace of Miles Morales.
Okay.
That's the universe where Peter dies and Miles becomes Spider.
Okay.
And they later just merged canon and Miles is now in the main timeline. But then 2 years ago, they decided to restart the Ultimate Universe, but with a different agenda in mind. In this version of the Ultimate Universe, there's a villain named the Maker, who has ever so slightly changed history such that some of the greatest heroes of the world, the heroes that represented threat to him, were never made. So he goes to the past and he stops the spider from biting Peter. So Peter just lives a normal life. And the reason why I said that this is a good segue to talk about that is because in this universe, again, butterfly chain reaction, butterfly effect is that Aunt May dies instead of Ben.
Okay.
Ben's the one that lives. But it doesn't change Peter's life too much. Instead, he just goes about his life without having the spider bitten him, which means he settles down and has a normal life with Mary Jane. He has kids, he has a settled life with Mary Jane, he has a stable job at the Daily Bugle.
Okay.
He's just an ordinary guy. But it's that inherent Spidey sense. He senses there's something wrong with him. Not just with him, but there's something wrong with the universe itself. He feels incomplete. And that worries him a lot because he has everything he should want in life, which is a stable life with his wife, MJ being his wife, having children, beautiful children. But he feels something's missing. And the correction to that, the jumping off point is, there's another hero that realizes everything's wrong and he's rebuilding these characters. So in modern day, with a grown-up 40-year-old, 35, 40-year-old Peter Parker, bearded throughout the series, by the way, he looks wonderful. He gets the choice of having the spider bite him.
Okay.
He gets sent the spider and he has the choice of letting the spider bite him or not. If he wants to take on the responsibility.
At this point now,
At
with all
this
this,
point of time with his life having progressed so much.
Interesting.
And he still decides to make that choice.
This cool. I haven't read any of this.
So everything, the beauty and the tragedy of it is, everything that happens from that point on out is on him. Any and all harm that befalls his family is on him. He could have led an ordinary life.
But
He could have tried to make himself feel complete and content. But he chose to not do that. He chose to take on the responsibility. Now, instead of the responsibility being thrusted on him through circumstances, he's willingly taken it on. He's taken that great power on willingly.
He is close enough. Yeah.
There's a bunch of fun changes, as in J. Jonah Jameson is an ally. He's like a childhood best friend of Ben Parker's.
Oh.
So Ben and J. Jonah are like a team.
Okay.
They work together in the daily.
I don't know if I can digest it.
It's incredible. It's so well done. And
It was
I would implore you to check that out like immediately. It's one of the best stories.
That sounds
the
fun.
best part,
Jonah Jameson.
it's
It
hilarious.
has to be.
It's hilarious because he still dislikes Spider-Man. The one canon point of every universe, he still dislikes Spider-Man. He does not have time for that hero bullshit. But he's a good guy at heart. But to be fair, J. Jonah is a good guy at heart in most.
Yeah.
The sequence in Spider-Man 2, that is one of those things that, like, makes your eyes a little bit teary, is when he's like, he was a hero. We just didn't see it. And then the second he takes
He's a
the-
menace. He is a menace. I die every time he's on screen. Every time J.K. Simmons comes on,
Wonderful.
I'm like in tears.
Beautiful to watch. Like, it's so well done.
It's
I don't think any side character comes close in terms of the limited screen time and the impact that they have in
like
the movie.
20 seconds of a scene,
Dialogues, you could count as
picks up
dialogues.
the movie and runs away. And you're like, Arey, extend the scene a little bit, give him 2 more lines of dialogue, please.
Fucker, you're fired. Come on, fire again, you're hired.
It's
It is.
since I just watched it last night, I almost died when this right at the end, Mary Jane runs away from the wedding,
Call the caterer.
and on his face he's like, "Call Deborah, tell her not to open the caviar."
Man.
Breathing stopped.
Yep.
I stopped breathing and choking. And he is.
I think I don't see enough people talking about the fact that in terms of like comic book castings, if you're talking about, okay, RDJ as Iron Man, unbeatable, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, I agree with all of that. That's all good points. But J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson is written. It is destiny itself.
For the entirety of life, he has to be Jameson.
Yep.
You cannot recast this part.
Dude, for the longest time, as a kid, I used to like mix up names a little bit. I used to call him J.J. Simmons.
J.J. Simmons.
Instead of J.K.
Yeah.
It's so inherently connected to those
Yeah.
two. But the work he does on everything he's on is phenomenal. At this rate, it's one of those actors when I tune into something just to watch him.
Yeah.
Do you think superhero fatigue is a real thing? Like, are people actually tired of superheroes, or is it just bad quality content that put them off?
I do think that it is oversaturation because it clicked. Suddenly, you had superhero animated shows, superhero TV shows,
Yeah.
and all of the sub-genres
Yeah.
would also be superheroes. You got superhero family sitcom, superhero crime drama, superhero legal drama, superhero
Political, espionage,
Yeah.
comedy. You're covering
everything, but also superhero.
Yeah.
So that is saturation. That is just because you make someone wear a superhero costume
does not essentially make it a superhero.
and doesn't mean that we're interested in it.
Yeah.
So I think they just flooded the market and just made too much stuff. Within that, anything that is engaging,
Yeah.
clicks.
Yeah.
People latch onto something and they're like, this engages me, this is interesting, and they will stick with it.
Yeah.
So it really is just about everyone trying to chase something, and they thought that was the formula.
Yeah.
Like, oh, super suit.
This worked. Yeah. You just give them a sad origin story. You put them in a bright, fancy costume. There we have it, $1 million. I think that was also the problem, right? It made so much money.
Yeah.
Like, everybody thought that, okay, this is it. Aquaman. Okay, I like no slide against Aquaman. It's a perfectly enjoyable, fun watch. Aquaman making $1 billion is crazy.
I was surprised by that.
It's so out there.
Yeah.
It's so strange. I think it just clicked. Right place, right time. Good actor, charismatic character.
Yeah.
Everything just clicked. But
I was perplexed, and I never quite, it was puzzling because sometimes these things click in a way that just you cannot fathom.
There is no model that can set this.
Yeah, and why?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like Shang-Chi more than Aquaman.
Dude, that and also Superman was fantastic. Last year, James Gunn's Superman was a fantastic movie, and that made half of what Aquaman did.
Yeah.
So that is what sort of leads me to believe that I agree with your point on oversaturation, but there may be some fatigue to some extent wherein people just don't want to see the same character over and over again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the fact that, okay, I've heard the word name Superman so many times.
Yeah.
But Aquaman is a fresh thing to me. A guy talking to fish and it's set in Atlantis. Interesting. That's a fresher concept,
I guess.
as opposed to, okay, a man in the sky in like blue and red. Everybody knows the tale of Superman, right?
Yeah.
You're looking for original stories. Maybe it's just that fact that there was a period of time wherein there were more original stories to put out. For example, Black Panther was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
And rightly so, like, wonderful movie, wonderfully well done, everything worked for it. But that, again, Superman not getting to that level speaks to the fact that, okay, maybe people did get tired of it to some extent, wherein they're not going to bother going to the theaters for this.
We've seen Superman many, many times.
Yeah.
It's also, I think, part of the problem that that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies had is they came so close to another one. It's like, "Arey, but abhi to tha."
100%.
So they're also doing that. And
There was like a 3-year gap. That's less than like sequels are taking nowadays.
sequels take more time than that. Like, you cast you. And I do think that their recasting of Superman did play into that. Because we just had Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah.
We just had, and they put so much fanfare. It hadn't really clicked.
Yeah, and they hadn't come back for Black Adam. And you set people up with a certain expectation.
Like,
and
yeah,
then you throw a curveball. And then you just like spin it around, and then barely like a month later, he had like an announcement video and things like that.
Yeah.
It's just sad. Honestly, I love
a weird and uncomfortable one.
It was, I feel like he could have done a lot more with the role given the chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, the content that he was in the media that he was given,
that's the thing they made with him, The films, they just didn't.
They're not doing justice at all. And he's a wonderfully like cheerful person as well. If you watch any of his interviews, he gives more Superman energy in his interviews and in real life than in some of the movies and sequences.
So I didn't like the that take on Superman.
Yeah.
Snyder has this amazing visual style and this kind of grandiose, larger than life treatment. He likes to treat his comic book characters as gods.
Yeah, as these larger than life entities that are so much bigger than you could imagine.
Yeah, and that is an exciting style of its own. And Snyder, uneven. I love some of his films. Been underwhelmed by some of his films. I don't like his lens on Superman specifically.
Yeah.
Because once again with Superman, one is seeking a kind of an idealism out of the character.
Yeah. You want the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what this person should represent.
He's driven inherently by a sense of decency.
Yeah.
This is what the comics gave us. This is Chris Reeves' take on it. That from inside, at his heart, he's a Boy Scout. He's a small town, simple, good, decent guy.
Purity. I feel like it put him in such a gritty and rough circumstance that took away that sense of innocence and purity that Superman should have.
He became this slightly separated from humanity character.
Correct. That's just persecuted all the time.
Yeah, and he feels like he's not human.
Correct.
Even for himself, it's like he is grappling with the idea of being a god.
Yeah.
And he himself doesn't inherently feel like I am a human.
Correct. It's in that like he's stuck in a vexing conundrum of, okay, am I greater than the people?
Yeah.
Or am I supposed to be one of the people?
Yeah.
And I feel like he would have had that journey at some point if the movies didn't get cut off. But even then, the build-up took way too long to get to that. I feel like
he can't start.
Justice League is when you get like maybe 10% of that classic Superman vibe.
Yeah.
And but you can't make
That can't be there. That has to come from, because
From,
he is raised from childhood by human parents
Correct.
and taught human values.
Yeah. And it sort of feels like, did they fail at that?
Did they-
In
yeah.
the series, did the parents fail
Yeah.
at that?
Because
Did the
that's
whole
what he
genre-
is inherently.
Yeah.
In his heart of hearts, he's
Yeah.
got this oh shucks,
Goodness.
yeah, Boy Scout goodness.
Yep.
Which maybe later in his story you can start to show cracks as an aging Superman.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But for his starting point to be
So jaded.
yeah.
He's already so done with the world that he's
Yeah.
supposed to save. He's already so done with the people. He's like,
Yeah.
people don't love me.
Yeah.
And-
Save them, don't save them.
What do I do?
Yeah.
And then he says stuff like, nobody says good in this world. Superman is the exact opposite
Yeah.
of that.
Superman is the one who's supposed to say, Chahe no one
matter
is
what
good,
happens,
I will be good. Even if the whole world is not good.
I will be that like beacon of
Yeah,
light,
that's
no
who
matter
Superman
what.
is supposed to be in my
Yeah.
view of it.
No, I'll say this, like, as somebody who did enjoy those movies when they came out, and even now if I rewatch them, they're good movies.
entertaining
I feel like
films.
there's
I
good
love Snyder's
films.
style.
Yeah, they're good films. They're not good Superman.
I don't like the, yeah, it doesn't feel like
They're
Superman.
not Superman films. They're enjoyable. They're very well made, very gripping movies. If I watch them at any point of time, these are movies that, oh, I had a good time watching it. This is not Superman.
Yeah.
This is not a Superman movie. This
Yeah.
is not a Superman story. You could maybe give it to like an original character,
Yeah.
remove a few elements here and
Yeah.
make it an original character. I would eat that up.
Yeah.
Like this could be my next Hancock.
Yeah.
But then this is
Like
like not Superman. Hancock is such a. It's not objectively the best. Like
It's only objectively the best,
fun
but
watch.
it is underrated.
It's so underrated. It's that era of like.
Like it more than you're supposed to like it.
Yeah. Same.
It gets a lot of views. I'm like,
Correct.
I like it.
Same. At all times. Like I am not even like, it's not even a guilty pleasure. I am not guilty about any of like the bad movies that I enjoy. There was that whole phase of like superhero inspired movies that Hollywood did, that they were just trying out original concepts. If you remember Jumper
Yeah.
was a fun watch.
Yeah. That was it.
And that is when I felt like, okay, that gave me vibes of when you were reading Marvel DC comics and then Vertigo came along
Yeah.
and then like Dark Horse came along and you're reading something that's along those same lines, but still so different that it's
Yeah.
refreshing.
It's got magic or superpowers,
Yeah.
but still it's like in a real world.
Grounded.
It's Jumper,
But not everything is grounded only.
Push. You ever watch Push? Chris Evans
That sounds familiar. But
is
I don't-
again like I want to say 2006, 7, around the time of Jumper.
Yeah.
Push. Chris Evans and a couple of was it maybe? I can't remember who else was in it.
Okay.
But it had little X-Men vibes. As they have powers. Someone can move stuff. Someone can. That was also and like an original, not based off
Any source material.
at least as far
To
as
your knowledge.
as to my knowledge might have been. Yeah, there was a bunch of those around that time that were pretty interesting. That dabbled with.
Is it the one where with the sequence wherein he's got earphones in, wired earphones in, and he's walking into like
No.
dancing and walking into an elevator? There was one
Yes, no, that is from a movie called The Losers.
that's also like a team of comic
Yeah.
inspired or comic based.
So that is based off a comic book.
Yep.
The movie is
Very
suffers from that
unique.
twin movie syndrome. It came out around the same time as the 18,
Oh.
and it's a similar
So
story.
it's like a cheaper version.
Ish. I actually really like it. I think The Losers again, like,
I
It's a
have
blast.
like
it's a real blast.
bits and pieces of watching this movie in the theaters. Back
It's,
when it came
it's
out as a
amazing.
child.
It's Chris Evans, Idris Elba,
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
It's a
Zoe
good
Saldana. It's
Before
a
they were
cracker
all
lineup. Yeah.
like big
Before
stars.
they became huge stars.
Blockbuster stars.
It's a crackerjack lineup, and the film is like loaded with one-liner after one-liner.
Yeah.
It's just a blast all
It's
the way
like a
through.
pre-MCU movie.
Yeah, it gives that vibe.
Yep.
And because it came out around the same time as the 18,
Hmm.
and the broad story is the same, a special forces team betrayed, left for dead, coming back to. It's the same basic outline plot of the 18. it kind of slipped under the radar.
Fell to the wayside.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun watch. I feel like again it's
This episode done so much awesome, like pre-comic book movies.
correct.
Scott Pilgrim, he's so
Dude, incredible. Scott Pilgrim, if anybody has not watched Scott Pilgrim, I would tell you to stop watching this video right now and go watch Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
He's
Genuinely.
the line reading that killed me. At some point, he plays like this really obnoxious movie star in the film.
His eyebrow.
There's some bit where some action sequence is happening and he does this thing where he's walking away and he kind of flips open his phone and he's like, ha, that's actually hilarious. And he does it like it's such this amazing cockiness.
Yep.
You feel like,
Single eyebrows just stay pointed at all times.
that's hilarious, man. Like,
And that era was a whole different, like,
yeah, there's so much exciting, interesting kind of experimental stuff.
Yep.
Where someone would say, I've got a weird idea about people who can move things with their mind.
and then something
And then make it. Cute alter bana.
बनाते हैं. देख लेंगे ना क्या होएगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होएगा.
Yeah,
No,
that's
everything is so engineered.
Yeah.
Like everything is ran through an algorithm that tells you if it's successful or not.
Yeah.
If it's not successful, they won't make it. Like it's. I heard the damnedest thing about Apple TV doing test screenings wherein they rank movies or sequences by the amount of times like the audience members check their phone, and then they were like positioning out segments to keep their attention,
Yeah.
or doing it the other way around wherein they can watch it as the second screen viewing. Wherein it's like, okay, even if it runs in the background, they'll dumb it down so much that even if you're passively watching,
So
they
this
will
is
keep it up.
so this is a standard part of making quote unquote content for algorithm driven streamers.
Yep.
There is a kind of a two-part movement. One is to dumb it down to make it second screen friendly.
Yeah.
So multiple times over the course, you need to revisit the plot. ये मत भूलना कि मैं तुम्हारा बाप हूँ. हाँ, correct.
अच्छा, अरे हाँ ये था ना.
Yeah.
बताया था इन्होंने स्टार्ट में बताया था.
So keep reiterating. Who am I? Why are we here? You know, what is today? अरे आज तुम्हारा जन्मदिन है ना?
जन्मदिन के दिन तो वो हाइस्ट होने वाला था. आज ही तो कर रहे हैं हम वो हाइस्ट.
ये.
वो
So
हाइस्ट
that
तो
you can hear it.
10 साल पहले सेट की थी. आज वो दिन आ चुका है.
It's this because they're like reiterate because in case of viewer is here, and also the algorithm tells us कि वो 11वें मिनट तक अगर ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ है फिर लोग लॉग आउट कर देंगे. So within first 11 minutes can you
attention span.
और हमने ये भी नोटिस किया है कि 33rd और 41st मिनट के बीच में ऑडियंस रेस्टलेस हो जाते हैं. तो वहां का if you can do a dramatic narrative shift and you
I'm so tired of plot twists. I thought I would never say this because I love a good subversion type thing. But I am so tired of the fact that now every movie needs a plot twist.
Cliffhanger.
The simplest of movies cannot just have you can't just have a movie that's a conversation anymore. So, building off of what you're nerdy about, we've discussed a lot of different topics, but let's go a little bit deeper on what is something that's underrated. Like, what is something that hasn't gotten its due in mainstream media and something you're really nerdy about it.
So I'm really excited to share this with you and anyone who doesn't know this because I had like an aha moment a few years ago when I discovered this. Rurouni Kenshin.
Sounds interesting. Is it like a Kung Fu hustle?
Okay, so it started out as a manga.
Okay.
Which then became an anime series. You may know it from the anime name Samurai X.
I've heard of that.
If you've heard, and then following that, they made a series of live action movies.
Okay.
So my entry point was a live action movies. So I've not read the manga. But I'm here to pitch the live action movies. There are 5 of them.
Okay.
Starting in 2012.
Okay.
The movies, so it tells the story of this guy, Kenshin. very quickly at the end of the 1800s, I
So
would
like
say.
feudal Japan,
Yeah.
samurai era.
Yeah, it's a transition from feudal to modern.
Oh, gotcha.
There was one particular era they called the Bakumatsu, which was a major civil war.
Like a shogunate type era.
The collapsing of the shogunate.
Oh, gotcha. So like new order being
The
established.
new order coming in.
Gotcha.
So it's set against the backdrop of that.
Okay.
Kenshin is this guy who was a soldier and an assassin
Mhm.
during the war,
Okay.
and he killed so many people that he feels
That
unclean.
overwhelming guilt.
that once the war ends, he vows never to kill again.
Oh, okay.
Now he roams the land carrying a sakabato, a back blade katana. So it's a
Oh.
katana where the front edge is blunt,
Oh.
so he can never cut anyone.
Yeah, yeah.
But the edge that faces him is sharp, so if it comes back, it'll hurt him.
Oh.
So every time he draws his sword,
Yeah.
he cannot kill, but it might hurt him.
Oh.
And he roams the land helping people. So he has taken a vow that he will not kill.
So is he like a Ronin?
He is,
Like
he's
a
a Ronin.
great samurai?
Yes, he is a masterless wander. So the word Ruroni
Okay.
means a wandering samurai.
Oh.
And his name is Kenshin. So he kind of wanders the land helping people, doing good. So it's kind of a superhero comic bookish character. So it's the intersection of comic books and samurai movies.
Oh.
And it's amazing because it has all of this kind of pathos of the Japanese samurai films.
Yeah.
So it's like really layered emotion, deep emotional characters.
Yep.
And the action is off the charts.
Oh.
It's like samurai action, but elevated through manga.
Okay. So it's that like heavily stylized samurai.
Yeah. And the series actually introduced me to the action choreographer on these films, a guy called Kenji Tanigaki,
Okay.
who I think is the best guy working today.
Really?
These films have the best, I'm saying it, the best sword choreography that I have seen.
Oh. That is massive praise.
It's incredible.
Mhm.
The best sword choreography that I've seen.
Has he worked on something that people
Following that, he got picked up and noticed in Hollywood, and they brought him out to do the action on the Snake Eyes Origins movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The action is the only decent part.
The
of
only
that
decent
movie.
part of that movie. So Kenji did that.
Yeah.
And he's just directed a mind-blowing film that just released earlier this year called The Furious.
Oh, that's him.
That's him.
Oh,
By Kenji.
man.
Did you ever
Incredible
see
movie.
Furious?
Yes.
That's it.
Beautiful movie.
This guy,
Some of the best action like ever.
like your mind
Not
cannot
just
process.
this year in the last decade, no, ever.
That's what I'm saying.
Almost like the Raid is the golden standard for me,
Yeah.
but with, like,
But the Furious does that,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that's Kenji Tanigaki.
oh,
He's the
okay.
guy who
That alone sells me on the show.
you have to watch
the movie series.
the Kenshin
Yep.
series.
Incredible.
And just also so watch the Kenshin movies, all 5 of them. They're on Netflix.
Watch them.
And since I'm also a fan of Kenji, he's done the action choreography on another really cool film from I want to say like 2 years ago. It's a film called Twilight of the Warriors, Walden.
Okay.
Right now it's on Amazon, so you can find it.
Yeah.
It's another very, very cool,
Samurai movie?
not samurai, it's set in 90s Hong Kong, in Kowloon.
So it's that like cartel.
Yeah, so it's got a little flavor of like the 90s John Woo,
Oh.
but the action is, hand-to-hand martial
yeah.
arts. Very cool film.
Very interesting. We need to check this out like immediately. Watch party, man.
I recently watched Troy in 4K, and you could tell that it's all.
Yeah.
And you watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy in 4K. That's real armor.
My God.
Real work leather with like
Do
stitching.
not get me
This is
started on
stitching
Lord
on the
of the Rings.
leather and like
Next level.
yeah.
I don't think like
In 4K
this.
you see the detail. Right?
That is like 100% like a letterbox top 4.
Yeah.
That's up there. Oh, speaking of, what's your letterbox top 4? 4 favorite movies.
The Princess Bride is always
Awesome.
kind
Yep,
of
yep.
one of my all-time.
You know the Andre the Giant story in that, right?
Well, everything. I've got the book of the Princess
That's why he
Bride.
made really cool action figures.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got Carrie Elves' book, which is his biography
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
making of it. So like endless, like Princess Bride for me is All time great. Uh, what else? In second-hand lines goes in there for me.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings trilogy is like a
You got to pick one. So
How?
personally,
Because
I
to me,
swap it out.
it's a holistic. It's a
Agreed.
serial.
It's one piece.
How do you separate?
It's all in like it's a linear thing, right?
It's
So it
a
feels like
single
one
linear-
story just continuing.
Yeah, it's just cut into three pieces. So I don't. I can't perceive of separating the films.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I only ever watch them one, two, three.
Yeah.
Well, you can't just watch.
You have to like sit
Like
through.
नहीं मैं part 2 देखूंगा like कैसे and extended editions
Yeah.
so like
100%.
always so yeah so like Lord of the Rings
I'll
extended
take it. I'll
trilogy.
give you that.
It's a single entry.
We have three in place.
Yeah.
And since the fourth one is always the hardest.
You know, The Birdcage is a movie which I watch almost every like once a year, twice a year. Have you not seen The Birdcage?
I have not.
It's this.
Tell
It's
me more.
Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Gene Hackman. It's a remake of an older French film, but I think the English one is better.
That's a judge.
I like the English remake better.
Oh.
Actually.
And it's high praise because
Robin
French
Williams.
people get cinema.
It's Robin Williams.
True.
Robin Williams and Nathan Lane are this gay couple.
I watched the interview based on this when Oprah was trying to out Nathan Lane.
Yeah, correct.
That was right. And the way that Robin Williams steps in and
Yeah.
defends him and just turns the conversation around.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yep.
This is the film.
Yeah.
So they play a gay couple.
Okay.
Robin Williams has a son from, related to her here.
Yeah.
The son is getting married to a girl whose
Okay.
father is a very conservative politician.
Traditional. Okay.
And they are coming over for dinner.
Oh.
So it's like girl is coming over for dinner with her
That's
parents.
the politics.
Gene Hackman is that.
Makes sense.
You have never seen anyone be so hilarious,
Oh.
so straight. Like Gene Hackman,
Yeah.
God bless him, the man passed away recently.
Yeah.
What a beautiful actor.
Mm.
What a beautiful actor.
Mm.
From drama to comedy, like the man,
Everything. The man has the range to cover the entire spectrum.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And in this film, he's so kadak and stiff and straight,
Oh.
but he's hilarious while doing it. It's unbelievable
Yeah.
because Robin Williams is going crazy with his Robin
Naturally.
Williams thing,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
also just such a beautiful actor.
Correct.
But next to him, you have Gene Hackman, who's so
straight guy.
so straight, and so hilarious. It's beautiful, man. Like The Birdcage is a movie that I watch once, twice a year.
So we have reached that point in our conversation where we quick fire questions and just maybe judge Imran's Spider-Man trivia a little bit.
Spider knowledge.
But there are a couple of stakes in place. We have a bowl of fries because we could not find wings. And some hot sauce,
A hot sauce.
which is not too hot. It's okay.
Medium hot
You
sauce.
will live.
It's a medium hot sauce.
I am not having any health liabilities in my first episode. The idea is I ask you a question. If you get the wrong answer, you eat a
I eat a hot sauce laden.
hot sauce laden fry. But the hot sauce has to be generous, okay?
Yes.
That's only fair.
Valid.
But if you get, let's see, you get 5 of them right, and there's a prize at stake.
Okay.
Good time to get started?
Let's go.
Let's go. What is Spider-Man's aunt's name?
I think the answer going to be here.
This is cheating. This is not fair. This is such a complex, well thought out question. And this man just gets a handout from the book. Okay, what is her name?
Aunt Maya. Aunt May.
I'll give you that one. Okay. In the Tom Holland movies, who is referred to as the guy in the chair?
The guy in the chair.
Hmm.
It's Ned.
Yep.
Ned's the guy in the chair.
Yep. Nice. Good job. Two
I
for
had,
two.
I had to think about that because I'm.
It's a
Yeah.
thinker. Okay. This is a bigger thinker actually.
Okay.
Who is Peter's love interest in the Amazing Spider-Man franchise?
It's Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Those are the films that they do Gwen Stacy more than.
Yep. Emma
Yes,
Stone.
yes,
Gwen
it's-
Stacy.
it's- it's-
3 for 3. You get 2 more and you get a nice fun prize. Yeah. In No Way Home, what messes up Doctor Strange's spell? What does he do? What have we been doing all along today? Uh-huh. Okay. That's enough time.
Yeah.
Eat a fry.
I'm going to eat a fry because I.
He keeps adding names to the list of people that should not forget that he's Spider-Man.
Oh.
That throws off Strange's spell because he keeps adding lines and lines and layers, and that messes the whole thing up. So, dead fry it is.
Let's
Will you live? Okay.
I thought too bad.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to act it up. You still need 2 more. This might be a softball depending on how well you remember the film, but which villain has been in every single Spider-Man movie franchise? There's a couple actually, but there's one specific villain that's been in every single Spider-Man franchise. I'm talking all 3 movies, the live-action movies, and Spider-Verse as well. There's one villain that's been in all 4.
Then it has to be Doc Ock. No, it's not. That's what I didn't think it was.
On a technicality, yes. Okay, I will give you that on a technicality, but there's a very obvious answer as well. What's the color we're surrounded by?
It's not Green Goblin.
It is
It is Green Goblin.
Green Goblin. And I'll give you that because Doc Ock, yes, also on a technicality. I'll tell you how.
Where's Goblin in my recollection of the Amazing Spider-Man films is
Yeah,
there's
that
Goblin
is
there?
the trick part. Because Goblin is shown in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 as he's dying. Norman Osborn is dying, and that's the same disease that Harry has, that he tries to cure and become the new Goblin. But Norman Osborn is also in that.
Oh, right. They had Dane
He's on,
playing
the,
Goblin.
he's on the deathbed. And the reason why I said on a technicality you get Doc Ock too is because Doc Ock is a teaser in the Amazing Spider-Man. In the post-credit scene of the second one, they show his tentacles.
Did
Yeah. There's a strange man that walks past a room full of villain weapons. That includes Scorpion's tail, Harry's glider, and Doc Ock's tentacles. So, on a technicality, honestly. So, these 2 are actually in the movie. And the reason I said it's on the tapes.
Okay.
Okay. So, you have 4. You just need 1 more.
But what?
Okay, awesome. Again, a softball depending on how well you remember the film. Name all of the villains that were present in the final battle of No Way Home.
Of No Way Home.
5 villains.
Okay, fine. There's Green Goblin, there's Doc Ock, there's Sandman, there's Electro.
One more. Just 1 more.
There is
First Amazing Spider-Man.
forgotten.
Garfield is so disappointed.
That it is.
Hot sauce. Fry.
Wait.
Dip
Goblin?
it.
I don't have it.
Dip it.
Uh,
It's the lizard.
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 Connor.
I was
Professor
going to
Connor.
say think of a Chitkali.
Professor.
But that was too close.
Too close.
I wouldn't want to give it away like that. Especially when you're...
Connor.
Yeah, there we go.
And using
You would just need 1 more.
one more
To win.
win the prize.
1 more. We're going to close it up with the final question, which would be so poetic as your final answer to win the thing also.
On. Answer.
I'm going to give you a handout. What is the title of the upcoming Spider-Man movie? Hey man, I bought you something. You're going to get it.
You know that's also confusing because that's a home from nowhere. At my home,
There is no home.
going to his home.
He is home already.
Brand new day.
Let's go.
Brand new day.
Can I get a drum roll, please? what you get
Ultimate
is
Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man, the comic we were talking about earlier,
Awesome.
for you to check out.
Fantastic. Exactly what I.
So the reason the second you told me, like we spoke about some stuff and you told me that, you have a daughter, I thought this story would really resonate with you, given that it's Peter tackling his adult grown-up life of having a child with being a Spider-Man.
Yeah. Awesome.
And also it's him doing it as he's a grown-up. So like it's you entering the industry again as like a grown man,
As a grown-up.
tackle real life responsibilities as well.
And with the child as well.
Exactly.
Poetic.
Very poetic. So yeah, man, check it out. Do
So
watch the
awesome.
read.
Thank you.
It's lovely.
Yeah. Very, very excited.
Awesome. And I do want to have like classic conversational trope in place to close things up, which is the rapid fire round.
Okay.
So just list them off. Whatever the first thought that pops in your mind, list them off. Okay? Favorite Spider-Man actor?
Actor Tom Holland.
Okay. Fair. He does a really good job. Favorite Spider-Man movie?
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Not even close.
Top 5 Spidey movies across all the 3 actors and including the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I love
Including the Spider-Verse, 5. You give me a top 5.
And Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Okay.
Spider-Verse 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
And I guess Spider-Man Homecoming, Tom Holland's.
He's broke. that's where we were.
That's my Spider-Man.
I feel so seen.
That's my Spider-Man.
It's that segment of who's your favorite Disney princess? Cinderella because she broke homie. Yeah, give me $20. If you could play a character in the Spider-Man universe of movies, who would it be?
Ooh.
While you think of this, drop a comment and share your pick of who would be in a Spider-Man movie.
Good.
Maybe it's a character that hasn't been done yet that you would want to bring to life as your iteration of the character.
Ultimate Pavitra Prabhakar.
That seems it.
Bombay set
That
first.
hits a little too close to home. Make it Sony. Call us Sony. We'll make the film for you.
Okay. Costume trials already.
Exactly. It looks so good on him. He's wearing blue. He's got a red mask right here. Come on. He can handle his hot sauce. Okay. Lastly, what is a message that you would like to give to your fellow Spidey fans?
A message to Spidey
A
fans.
message to your fellow Spidey fans.
Hang in there, guys. Like, hold on to the that miserable, vulnerable version of Spider-Man that we all like so much. Don't get disillusioned and allow Spider-Man to change and say, "Acha, now let's Spidey be a non-miserable."
Yep.
No, he's got to be the struggling underdog,
Yep.
always fighting uphill.
And getting through insurmountable odds no matter what.
Yeah, just
Thinking through. Just like us for real.
Exactly.
Awesome. So, the inaugural edition of Aryan't You Nerdy has been so much fun. I think I have learned a lot
It's been
about a lot of different things. And it's been such an engaging conversation. So, thank you so much.
it really has
It's
been
been lovely.